Okay. First question. I'm going to read these just how they're listed, and then we'll go through,
Yeah.
Swimming and or running for BJJ conditioning? ?
Yes, swimming and running are good for conditioning. I would recommend that you use sprints/interval training for both, and I think that's going to get you where you want to be. Yeah. Also, it's good to have that good base cardio.
Yeah.
So that's good too. But yeah, they're both good. The best conditioning for jiu-jitsu. Mm. The shortfall of that is that you can sometimes push sometimes you can push yourself harder in with burpees or with some kind of metcon or swimming or running. If you go do sprints, you should be able to make yourself breathe harder doing sprints than you can doing rounds of jiu-jitsu for conditioning.
Yeah.
Now, the rounds of conditioning in jiu-jitsu are more important, but if you want to push yourself extra hard, you got to do something else. Yeah. So swimming and running for jiu-jitsu conditioning, yes, they're good.
Yeah.
Use sprints.
Yeah, and I agree. Obviously, as far as jiu-jitsu, I just learned this, and I watched it. It was on a Marcelo Garcia video, randomly, I don't know, where he was like, okay, I don't do any other external exercise for conditioning, whatever, for jiu-jitsu. I use jiu-jitsu as conditioning, but I don't just do regular jiu-jitsu. This is how I do it, and he demonstrated it. And he was going against he's obviously the highest level black belt. So he grabs a guy, and the guy's a blue belt, I think. And he's like, okay, this is how you do it for conditioning. He's like, go, we're gonna fight, we're gonna roll for whatever, however many minutes. They go, and he's like, boom, boom, boom. He's going one move, next move. He's just going he's not even finishing moves. He's going to the next one, then he'll finish, then they start again, and he's going. You could tell he's going hard. He's essentially going as hard as he would if he had only 30 seconds, 45 seconds left on a high level competition. That's how hard and fast he's going. Yep. And he's like, okay, and he explains, your focus is going from move to move as fast and as hard as you can, and you're breathing and all this stuff. He goes, that's how you get conditioning with jiu-jitsu. And I was like, dang, man, that's good, because think about it. Just like how you said, let's say you have 6 rounds to go in regular jiu-jitsu training. It's so easy. You're just focusing on doing your jiu-jitsu. And with jiu-jitsu is energy conservation, like all these things that are anti-conditioning, really.
Yes, they are.
So you can, get into good spots. Use efficient
Let me take that one step even more granularly. If you take 6 rounds, the last 30 seconds of each round, and I talked to Taylor and to Andy about this, and I said, hey guys, when we get to the last 30 seconds, there should be no cruising allowed at all. You should be going for the finish. And you should be going for the finish. Like, if you got 30 seconds left, go for the finish. If you got 30 seconds left and you're in a bad position, go for the escape as hard as you can. Burn yourself out. That's a huge difference between how you can just go into I'm guilty as charged, because like you said, part of jiu-jitsu is energy conservation. So for me, I'm really good at conserving energy. You can be cross-eyed mounted on me and you're not going to make it. And I know I'll be arrogant right now. If you mounted me or you got across the side on me and we had 1 minute left, you cannot submit me. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot submit me. I'm really good. I've had Dean Lister mounted and on side control for the last 22 years. Right? So I can defend myself well. So if you have 1 minute, now if I give you 5 minutes, that story might be, well, you have 1 minute. That's how much time is left. So I can completely go into cruise mode, and that's the wrong answer. If you're gonna try and get, if you're trying to survive for some reason, okay, well then utilize the conservation skills. But if you're trying to get some conditioning work and prepare yourself for aggressive tournament style situations, you best put out.
And that's why, kind of in a way, going back to what you said about having a coach, is where the coach will be like, hey, Shark Tank, something like this, where they kind of avoid your capability, or they avoid your capability to treat jiu-jitsu as just regular jiu-jitsu and energy conservation, efficiency, all this stuff. That's when a lot of people ask me, what should I do for my first tournament is in 3 days. What should I do? What should I look out for? And what I tell people is that, okay, the person that you go against in a jiu-jitsu tournament is going to go harder against you than anyone has gone against you in the gym, period, end of story. It is a whole nother level of competition that, white belt versus white belt,
The first time you go in a tournament as a white belt, the person you're going against is going harder than anyone has gone against you in the gym, period.
Yeah.
You can't, even when we would have MMA fighters fighting in the UFC, it's near impossible to get the training partners to go as hard against that guy as their opponent is going to go.
Yeah.
It's just not there.
Yeah.
There's no legitimate fire. Now, occasionally, you get guys that are really good training partners and they'll push you, but that's why we do Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Because it's hard for me to get, 4 guys lined up to roll with you, and everybody's going to go as hard as they possibly can.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to match what you match a little bit. They're going to use what they have to use, and that's
so true, man. And
one of the things you got to watch out for.
There's a bunch of those elements in there when you're in a training scenario, because you don't have that background hum of this means everything. Like a competition, So
yeah,
I mean,
know who does go super hard is people that have never trained jiu-jitsu before. First time in the gym, it's not a competition, but that's the person that feels like a competition to them.
It's so true, so true. I mean, I've been
Isn't it weird how crazy it is that you just take a guy that completely believes that they can kick everyone's ass, and you bring them to the jiu-jitsu gym and they just get destroyed.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? It's a crazy, jiu-jitsu is a crazy thing.
Yeah.
It's an ego checker.
That's kind of what I was thinking. And same thing with kind of MMA. I think jiu-jitsu and MMA are, kind of the same deal where it's kind of real, where, you're talking about, veterans come home and they come to everyday life, and you people have no idea really what extreme stuff is, and these people are, they're walking around just not knowing. Meanwhile, what they've been through is just so extreme, and they come back and they know they have that basis for comparison.
Yeah.
And you get this teacher who's like, mouthing off to the guy. Remember, and he goes, "Didn't war teach you anything?" Kind of thing. Yeah. And they don't know nothing. Give them one day. Give that teacher one day. With it's just a big eye opener. So that's kind of how I feel with like jiu-jitsu and MMA and stuff. And when you go out and when you hear people talking, like, I kick that guy's ass, kind of thing. Idea. And you're like, oh my gosh, go to the gym one day
do 2 rounds,
normal day,
do 3 rounds, because 1 round people think you got lucky.
I know, that's the crazy.
2 rounds, they go, well, that might have been luck, and then after you submit someone 3 times, they're like, okay, there's something I don't understand here, and I want to learn it.
Give them 1 10-minute round.
Oh God!
And watch them just be like, "This, I can't do this. I can't." Like, it's to the point, especially early on. You get a 10-minute round, and because when you're going against someone, there's that you're locked into it.
Yeah,
you have to straight up give up.
A normal person isn't gonna. They're going to be destroyed because they're going to be in a competition white belt mode, going as hard as they can against someone that's not using any strength or energy at all, who's destroying them and submitting them every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Man, jiu-jitsu.
Same deal.
All right.
But yeah, the run. What I did like about running, 3-4 miles, what I found that provided was, when we'll do takedown battles and no one's getting each other. I felt that it really kept me going.
Yeah.
Like just being on your feet, doing like low intensity pushing, and I felt that it helped that. But yeah, I agree.